Have you ever walked into a room and noticed the way some men just command attention? Not with loud voices, flashy clothes, or an expensive watch. It's something far deeper, something invisible, yet impossible to ignore. Women notice it instantly, a subtle energy, a quiet confidence, a presence that makes them pause, even if they don't know why. Most men never realize this. They believe attention is bought with charm, money, or looks. They spend hours in the gym dressing perfectly, or rehearsing jokes, and yet, women barely glance their way. They're invisible, because attraction isn't created by the obvious. It's created by something far rarer: subtle psychological mastery, emotional presence, and words that strike beneath the surface. Think about it for a second. There's a guy in New York, let's call him Daniel. He's average looking, nothing flashy. Walks into a coffee shop and orders his drink. But when he talks to a woman named Emily sitting nearby, her entire energy shifts. She leans in, laughs more, her eyes sparkle, and her voice softens. You might think he said something spectacular, but he didn't. He simply chose his words carefully and spoke with a calm, confident energy that made her feel alive. That's the key most men miss. It's not what you do. It's how you make her feel with your presence and words combined. Every word you say carries energy, and every compliment you give either elevates you or makes you disappear in the background like white noise. Here's what most men don't understand. Women are constantly assessing, analyzing, and responding to subtle cues: the tone of your voice, the confidence behind your statement, the way you observe her world without judgment. She doesn't just want attention. She wants to feel seen, understood, and desired on a level that goes beyond the superficial. And the men who master this, they're rare. They become magnets. Now imagine this. You're at a networking event in Sydney. Across the room there's Olivia, a woman sharp, witty, and independent. Most men are trying to impress her with jokes, flashy lines, or empty compliments. She nods politely and moves on, and they fail to make a connection. But one man, quiet, composed, observes something about the way she talks, the subtle strength in her posture, the way she engages others. He leans in and says something simple, not flashy, not rehearsed, just a few words that touch something deep inside her. And suddenly she's leaning closer, listening, laughing, and even imagining more. That's the power of the forbidden compliment. It's forbidden because it's rare, and it's potent because it bypasses her conscious defenses and taps into her deepest desires: mental, emotional, and yes, even physical. These aren't the compliments she's heard 1,000 times before. They're not about how her hair looks or how pretty her smile is. They're about something far more fundamental: recognition, respect, and subtle desire. Today, I'm going to teach you exactly 3 forbidden compliments that have the power to make a woman weak for you. Compliments that aren't just words, but psychological triggers. They'll make her think about you when you're not around, crave your attention, and feel drawn toward your presence in ways she didn't expect. I'll show you not only the words to use, but how to deliver them with the exact energy that women subconsciously crave, creating instant connection and attraction. By the end of this video, you won't just know what these compliments are. You'll understand why they work, how to use them naturally, and why most men never even get close to mastering them. Because these compliments tap into the core of female psychology, the part that makes women feel alive, desired, and powerless to resist. So if you're ready to step out of the crowd of average men and into the rare space of magnetic confidence, keep watching. Because what I'm about to share isn't taught in books, isn't practiced by most men, and isn't something women can even fully articulate. Yet it's something they respond to instantly, every single time. Forbidden compliment 1. I respect your mind. Here's the brutal truth. Most men compliment women on the obvious: looks, hair, eyes, lips. And women? They've heard it 1,000 times. It barely registers anymore. The first forbidden compliment doesn't touch her body. It touches her mind, her essence, her intelligence. Picture this: Emily, a marketing strategist in London. Sharp, witty, confident. Most men would say, "You're gorgeous." She'd nod politely and move on. But then Daniel, a quiet guy with calm energy, said, "I love how you think." You notice details most people miss. That one line shifted something inside Emily. Suddenly, she felt truly seen, not for her looks, not for her social status, but for her mind. And when a woman feels seen in that way, attraction grows naturally. Why does this work? Women are wired to notice who sees them for who they truly are, not just how they look. When you acknowledge her intelligence, it triggers a deep subconscious attraction. She begins to respect you instantly because you're rare. Most men don't notice her thoughts. Most men don't care to. Here's a psychological insight. Admiration for intelligence activates dopamine in her brain, the same chemical that makes her feel excitement, curiosity, and yes, desire. The man who compliments her mind becomes a magnet, not just a friend, but someone she feels drawn toward emotionally and mentally. Example, I was in Sydney with a friend, Michael, and he did this with Olivia, a software engineer. He didn't try to charm her with jokes or flashy lines. He just noticed the way she analyzed a problem in a group discussion and said, "You have a way of breaking this down that's really impressive. I don't think most people could see it like that." She literally leaned in, her tone softened, and she shared personal insights she normally wouldn't. That's the power of this compliment. It creates intimacy, connection, and attraction in one line. Forbidden compliment 2. I admire your strength. Next, let's talk about strength. Not physical strength, but inner strength, resilience, independence. Most men are intimidated by confident, independent women. They compete, they try to dominate, or they shrink away. Rarely do they admire her power. Here's why admiration is forbidden and effective. Women subconsciously want a partner who can handle their energy without feeling threatened. By acknowledging her strength, you create respect and sexual tension simultaneously. Let's go to Toronto. Sarah, a high-powered consultant, is used to men either cowering or trying to impress her. But James said, "I really admire how you handled that meeting. Not many people could stay so composed under pressure." Notice how it's not flattery. It's a specific observational compliment. He's not competing. He's not needy. He's simply recognizing her strength. And the effect? Her walls drop. She feels seen, respected, and safe, yet emotionally stirred. Here's the psychology. When a woman feels her power is respected by a man without being threatened or diminished, it triggers trust, admiration, and desire. It's almost paradoxical. She's attracted to strength, but only when it's acknowledged without fear. Another example, in Los Angeles, Olivia is a fitness coach and highly independent. Most men try to joke about her toughness or downplay her energy, but Daniel simply said, "I admire how disciplined you are. Most people would give up, but you push through." Her response? Immediate attention, warmth in her tone, and a visible spark in her eyes. He didn't chase. He didn't compliment her looks. Just respected her power, and that was enough to create a powerful magnetic attraction. Forbidden compliment 3, you make me want more. Now, the final compliment is the one that blends subtle desire with emotional intrigue. Most men fail here. They either say nothing sexual at all or they're too forward and crude. But the third forbidden compliment is controlled, suggestive, and irresistible. It's not about saying, "I want to sleep with you." It's about igniting imagination, curiosity, and desire in her mind. Let's imagine Sarah in Manhattan. You're talking about her hobbies, her life, her experiences. Instead of an explicit line, you say, "You make me want to see more of you, not just what's visible, but who you are beneath it all." Notice the power here. It's subtle, confident, and sparks sexual tension without pressure. Women respond to this because it communicates desire, curiosity, and intrigue all at once. Psychology behind it. Sexual attraction is heavily influenced by mental stimulation and emotional safety. By showing interest in her layers, you make her feel desired intellectually and emotionally. She begins to imagine you together in ways she didn't anticipate. Her mind, body, and emotions are now tuned toward you. Real example, Manchester networking event. Olivia meets Daniel. He says something similar and she literally blushes, smiles, and subtly leans in. She's not being forced. The compliment itself plants desire and tension, making her emotionally and physically drawn to him. Conclusion. Here's the truth most men never understand. Women are not impressed by looks, money, or empty compliments. They are deeply attracted to men who see their mind, not just their face, respect their strength, not fear it, hint at desire without chasing, igniting curiosity and imagination. These 3 forbidden compliments are rare because most men don't understand female psychology. They chase the obvious while the truly magnetic man operates on subtle levels, blending observation, respect, and controlled desire. Use these strategically and you'll notice the shift immediately. Women will not just listen to you, they'll lean in, share more, and feel drawn to your energy in ways that are almost impossible to resist. Remember, it's not the words themselves. It's the confidence, observation, and subtle energy behind them. Master these 3 forbidden compliments, and you'll become a man women can't ignore mentally, emotionally, and physically. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.